Chapter 6. Humble Endings. Humbo and Gilbert slowly marched to the decrepit old man that I also think has cancer. They told him that Ukraine was for the innocent white Christians only, not for some atheist ruler that was also a part of the communist Soviet Union. Vladimir Putin swiftly pulled out a purple gem and spoke in some chant. His voice became more demonic, and he conjured a mystical shiny sword, and he jumped on Tiranon and flew away. So Gilbert grabbed the baby, and Humbo casted a spell that summoned a magical beast. The animal, none in particular, rode them through the smog-riddled airways to catch up with the evil despot and his fucking dragon. Lyrics could be heard in the distance of that one normie Dragon Force song everyone knows. Humbo stood up and casted fireballs and shot them at Putin to no avail. Gilbert tried moving like entire buildings up into the sky and throwing them at him, but nothing seemed to work. But then Gilbert remembered the Serbian chilies. He remembered what that experience taught him and how he learned from it. He quickly stood up, pulled his pants down, and fired a heat-seeking ball of feces that somehow defied air resistance and hit Putin so devastatingly hard that it killed him. As he fell, the gem fell with him. Humbo and Gilbert realized this stone was possibly the reason that this future timeline even occurred. They noticed Tiranon dive to retrieve the gem, so the two boys followed in pursuit. Unfortunately, the boys were too late. Tiranon grabbed the gem and exclaimed, "Looking for this? Mwahahaha!" Humbo snarled and spit on Tiranon's new Nike Air Force Ones. Tiranon was like, "The fuck is wrong with you, fool? I ought to whoop your cracker ass for doing that to my new sets for real." And Humbo was like, "Try me." Tiranon then chased Humbo and Gilbert, all the while summoning minions to help him with his newfound magic gem. As they ran, Humbo and Gilbert were casting spells to try to create the most badass sword of all time to stop Tiranon once and for all. It was a sharp crystal sword that glittered in the sun and rivaled the most talented blacksmiths to ever live. One swipe from this blade could instantly kill any man. But could it kill such a fucking sexy dragon as Tiranon with a huge cock and possibly impressive cum loads? Holy shit, I'm sorry my therapist told me I should stop doing that. Back to the story, Humbo yelled some racist stuff to bait the dragon into charging faster, and it worked. Gilbert then launched in the air in slow motion and stabbed Tiranon in the chest with this blade. Tiranon screamed in agony like a little pussy. Humbo and Gilbert high-fived, and the dragon unleashed into a swath of flames that burned him to the ground. His minions also disintegrated. Humbo and Gilbert knew there was one thing left to do. They grabbed the amulet with the gem in it and somehow transformed the entire world to its former glory. Now the world was even better than before. No liberals, no homeless people, and definitely no Ukraine was saved, the world was saved, and Humbo and Gilbert were considered gods by everyone. The sky etched the faces of Smith and Tyler, and they winked at their sons. They were proud. Finally, the world was totally at an everlasting peace. The end.